Hello. All right, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about bootstrapping your own business. And by bootstrapping, I mean not taking VC. Friends and family, money from your whoever relatives, that's okay. It's about keeping control of your company and not giving any equity away to anyone who's not directly related with the business. All right, so why would you do this? For control. You want to be the boss. You don't have to have a boss. The reason you want to start your own company, you're an entrepreneur, is you don't want someone looking over your shoulder and telling you what they do and they don't like. So if you're interested in that, bootstrapping is definitely a good way to do it. But it's not easy. It's definitely not easy, and there's a lot of pain that you have to go through to get to the point where you don't have the boss and you have freedom. To do that, you should save. Save money. That's a really important part of it. If you get money from friends and family, you're going to need to spend it wisely. That's a really good way to get from zero to having some money, having some finances. But what you want to do is save money and build an awesome team. This stuff takes years to do. So even if you one day want to be an entrepreneur and you're thinking about it, start thinking about it now. Start thinking about who's going to be on your team and how you're going to finance this and how you're going to save money. It could be consulting. It could be selling your car and that sort of thing. All right, so you're going to bootstrap your business. You got some money, an awesome team. You need to find a really good market. Bootstrapping doesn't work for every type of business. It's not going to work for a Facebook or something that needs revenue based on ads and page views. The best way to do it, I think, is to sell to other businesses. When you're selling to businesses, you can sell something for a lot of money, and you only need a few companies or a few clients to pay you to buy your product to get to profitability. So, for instance, if you're going to do like a code host, don't charge people to do open source. Charge people to run their business on it. That would be my advice. Or if you're going to want to sell like to pets, pet owners. Who pays money? Pet owners buy things for their pets. Don't just sell to whoever. Find some place where people are actually spending money and concentrate on that. Use your product all the time. It would be best to sell to pet owners if you yourself are a pet owner or you yourself are a business. Launch a beta. Beta should be free. No one pays for it. Let everyone you know in. Make it seem exclusive, but don't really make it exclusive. And then use this as your free research, okay? This is how you're going to find out what is the good idea and what are the bad ideas. It's nice to sit around in a room thinking about what is going to happen, but when you actually see what people are doing, that's how you get a really great product. That's how you decide, okay, no one's clicking this fork button, let's get rid of it, or holy crap, all anyone is ever doing is clicking this fork button, let's start thinking about this in a very real way. So when you watch what people are really doing, it's different than what they say they're going to do, and it lets you have some really great ideas about what is the product, what defines the product. What are you doing? All right, you're the user, right? You have to be the user of your bootstrap business. Otherwise, someone else is going to be the user of a competitor, and they're just going to eat your lunch. How are you using the site? Would you pay for it? If not, you should think about where you're going with it. If you don't have a pet, or you have a pet and you wouldn't buy the leash or like the doggy scooper that's attached to the pet's butt, you don't want to sell that product, okay? But that doesn't mean your business is over. Anyway, let's say you got a good idea. Steal someone's business plan. If you're going to do like a behind the firewall version of some source control, go look at what your competitors do and then just charge less. So once you do that, once you got all that figured out, launch it. Launching it means charging money. As soon as you can charge money, launch your product. There's this idea, pie in the sky 1.0, every feature manageable. We all know that you want to be lean. You don't want to do all that stuff. You can't launch with the perfect app. But that doesn't matter. Keep that in mind. Do course control and launch the product and then start heading towards that 1.0. You might never even hit it. But launch as soon as you can charge money and then start adding features. Along the way, watching what people are doing, you can see which ones are important and which ones aren't and prioritize your stuff that way. When you add features after a launch, it lets people know that you're actually working on the product is growing, it gets them excited, and you already have all these great ideas for the perfect 1.0. If you can roll them out incrementally, you'll get people, you'll make super fans, basically, is what we call them. People that are really excited about the product, they want to help you, and they want you to succeed. Flickr is a great example of this. Flickr targeted pro photographers. So they have really awesome features for power users. So when an amateur photographer, wants to put my photos online, I go to my friend who's a really awesome photographer, I say, where should I go? And he goes, well, I use Flickr. YouTube also has a really good way of marketing without any money. Every time you get a YouTube link to a funny video, that's basically an ad for YouTube. The youtube.com, it goes in your brain. It's the same thing as seeing a Coke ad on a billboard. So with GitHub, we kind of have the same idea. If you don't have any money and you're trying to bootstrap a company, you can't just advertise on Google Words. In some businesses, that won't work anyway. You need to think of ways to use the internet. Facebook is a good example too. Facebook gets better the more of your friends are on it. If you're just on it alone, it's completely pointless. Same thing with Twitter. You get more value when you're following people that you know, stuff that's interesting to you. So build something that gets value by people. It gives people a reason to invite their friends. Also be very, very, very cheap. Don't buy ads. Don't buy stuff you can't afford until you can actually afford it. I know that sounds very, very simple, but it's surprising how many people blow their money before they even have the money. Pay as you go, and you won't have to go. Also, use your brain at all times. Don't do what I'm saying just because I'm saying it. Your brain is your best asset. Everyone in here is smart because they're here listening to us talk. So think about all the decisions and don't just do what someone else did. Think about how it applies to your business. Finally, don't give up. Even if everything goes to shit, if you still want to make something work, you need to figure out what you can salvage and what you can't and change and adapt. Always be adapting and correcting your mistakes because there's going to be a lot of mistakes.